everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode, I don't even know what episode it is, 60. Oh, hey, it's a world download episode. I should have known that. Hey, how's it going? Good to see y'all. Today I am clearly getting ready to play with a few modular routers. Hopefully I'm correct in my plan for this, that theoretically this should be doable. I think I can pull off what I want to pull off today. Let's see, can I do and let's do and then do boop. Okay, cool, neat. All right, so I can reset this guy, can I? Yes, good, awesome, sweet. I've been playing with modular routers a little bit off camera, a little bit smidgeny off camera, and I think they're gonna do what I want them to do. I think they're gonna do what I want them to do. So we're going to check out modular routers today. We're going to investigate a little bit deeper into what this mod can do, which is a lot, by the way. I don't know if I've mentioned that in the past, but it can do a lot, right? Now, I thought I had a modular routers manual. I thought I had one of these. Didn't I grab one? Where is it? I am almost certain that I had one of these. Did I put it in here? Oh, I did. Hey, see? I did have one of these. I totally did have one of these. How did this junk get in here? I don't even know. I don't even know how or why this junk is in here. Things just happen. Did I turn you on? No, your auto pickup is disabled, so that's cool. All right, whatever. So we've got our modular routers manual here, which is exactly what I was looking for. And this guy will give you a bit of direction as it comes to modular routers. Basically, modular routers is a block, one block, that's all that's in the mod, right? Block-wise, there's only literally one block, the item router. And then you insert different modules into it to make it do different things. And we saw this a little bit in our frame building system. And I kind of said, like, I'm going to really quickly use these and then come back to them in a future episode to show you all that they can do. Welcome to that future episode. Hello, nice to see you. So we're going to, I'm not going to show you everything it can do, because it can do a lot. So we're going to see a lot of what it can do, or at least pieces of what it can do. Can it stop the sound? Stop existing, all of you. All right, much better. So the plan for today is to demonstrate modular routers, some of its capabilities, and then use it to implement our wither building machine. So I'm going to use this for a multitude of things. I'm going to use it to place the wither blocks and also use it to transfer the items into the blocks that are going to place the wither blocks. Cool? Cool. Let's get started. So if you want, you can flip through the book, the introduction. It gives you an overview of how modular routers works and what they do. Think of it like a super configurable hopper on steroids. It's pretty neat. There's several things to note in here. There are modules which determine what the router does, right? So modules, there's a bunch of different stuff to check out. But basically, the modules say what the router does. So for modules, for example, there's quite a few. I'm going to go ahead and place one of these here. You'll notice when you open up the UI, there's a couple things. Eco mode, router will always run at normal speed. This, if the router is idle for more than 5 seconds, it will enter low power mode and only run once every 5 seconds. It will leave low power mode upon processing any item and returning it to normal speed. This is basically if you're running on servers and you don't want to, choke up the server with TPS issues. So if you're playing on a server, maybe consider eco mode. Otherwise, if you're in a single player world and you're not having any world lag, it's not a bad idea to turn on. It just means that it'll run slower when it doesn't have any work to do, which is okay. Redstone mode, always low, high, never a pulse. All sounds pretty straightforward. I think we know what all those things mean. Every item router has a buffer. And that's this slot right here. These are the items that have either been received from another inventory or on their way to another inventory. So the item router's buffer, his job is to basically be the middle point. If you're transferring from inventory A to inventory B, your buffer is going to be used there. So let's do a couple things, right? And then upgrades here modify the router itself. And then modules down here will execute in order from left to right, doing specific things. So what I'm going to do is grab a quick puller upgrade, that's fine. And we'll get a quick chest, and we'll pop him here. And we're going to say the first thing I want you to do is pull, not all of you, Was there 8 there already? Okay, my bad. Pull from the inventory on your left. So if you're mousing over this polar upgrade, you can see blacklist empty, so basically it's going to pull everything it finds. You can modify flags like damage and NBT and all that stuff. Match any. Range is 12, right? So because it's a polar upgrade 2, I think it has a longer range. But we can hit C here, and we can, if we wanted to. These are polar upgrade Mark 2s. I probably don't need a Mark 2 polar. I probably only need a Mark 1 polar. And I'll explain the difference here in a sec. But let me just get a Mark 1 polar instead of a Mark 2. Okay, so he doesn't have a range modifier. So Polar Mark 1 can pull from an adjacent inventory, right? And you can see that on the tooltip here. If we hold I for information, extracts items from an adjacent inventory in the module's configured direction into the router's buffer. The Mark II can pull items from a further away inventory. Cool. So this one we really only need from the left, so that's what we're going to get. So we're going to hit C to configure it. We're going to say pull from the left. If we wanted to, we could specify whitelist or blacklist of items, or we could specify what stuff's allowed to be pulled. And then we can also modify the puller itself to do things a little differently. And if we look at modular routers, we'll see that there are modules. These are like, what's being done. So for example, pulling items. And then there's upgrades that upgrade the router itself. And then there's augments that upgrade the modules. Pretty sure that's how it works. We'll see. So that's it, right? Oh, cool. Click to activate mouse over help. How fancy is that? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to configure the puller to pull from the left, right? So what'll happen is if I place items in here, for example, soul sand, it'll start pulling items. One item at a time every so often. Right? And we can augment this thing with speed upgrades to make it pull faster, and we can augment them with stack upgrades to make it pull more than one item at a time, right? So for now, that's pretty neat. Now, if we want to send these items somewhere, we're going to need to use a sender module, and there's 3 versions of sender modules as opposed to the 2 pullers. So sender module 1, like puller 1, he actually has a range of 8. Sends items from the router's buffer to any inventory directly along an XYZ axis. Clear line of sight required. Opaque blocks will prevent sending. Okay, so range of about 8. It can go, kind of along any axis, right? That's not what we want. We want the sender module Mark II. Sends items from the router's buffer to any nearby inventory. Clear line of sight not required. And in order to specify that inventory, we sneak right-click an inventory to set the target, and sneak right-click any non-inventory block to clear the target. So let's say we wanted to teleport items directly into this chest over here. Right? We would take our sender module Mark II, we'd sneak click it, hello, click, and then we'd come over to this dude, and we put him in the second slot, meaning first thing I want you to do is pull out of the chest to your left, then the next operation will be to send to the remote chest. And ta-da! We've got fancy spinning and all kinds of cool animations. How great is that, huh? So now if we take our buffer out and we put it back in here, you'll see what happens is he pulls and then immediately sends. So he never sits in the buffer. Unless, of course, this chest is full, in which case he will probably, do some buffering, right? But then once there's free space available here, he's back up and running. How cool is that? Good times? Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's a neat block for sure. So there's a lot we can do with it. And there's a lot of modules. There's an activator module, which can right-click things. By the way, I already tested this with Astral Sorcery, and I was not able to get it to activate the thingy that I wanted to activate with right-clicking. It no-go, so sorry. It can break blocks. There's a creative module for creative something. Creates items out of thin air. Has no recipe, obviously. This is for creative testing. Detector module can emit a redstone signal from the router in the module's configured direction if the item in the router's buffer passes the module's filter. That's kind of cool. Distributor module distributes items from the router's buffer to multiple inventories with a choice of round robin, random, nearest first, or furthest first. Sneak right click an unselected inventory to select it. Oh, I like that one. I think I want to use that one actually. I wasn't going to use that one, but now I'm going to use that one. Dropper module drops items from the router's buffer in the module's configured direction. So let's try the distributor module, right? So we need 3 sender Mark IIs because that's what I want. I want to distribute. I had some sender Mark IIs ready to go, but I want to distribute. So let's try that, right? So let's clear this guy out, right? Reset his NBT. We're going to use a distributor module. So let's try this. What I want to realistically have, right, is to have multiple item routers. And I wonder how many we can have in this list, huh? Oh, that's cool. 4 out of 8 targets. You can see it on the thing there. Target added 4 out of 8. Nice. Okay, cool. So round robin, random, nearest first, furthest first, round robin. I think round robin's cool is your distribution strategy. We're going to have you round robin to all those dudes. Okay. So let's go ahead and put you in. And now if I put this in here, watch what happens. Oh, that's cool. I like it. I like it. All right. So now here's something else I want to check, right? We're going to clear all the soul sand out of here. Okay, soul sand out. Let's take you guys out of here. No more buffer. No more buffer. And what I want to specify is a regulator augment. Can regulator augments, if I configure you, can we insert the regulator augment and set you to 1? What this does, allow precise control over how many items are kept in an inventory. So this is an augment, so it modifies a module, right? So augments modify modules. So we're saying, hey, this distributor module, the one that's going to send items to all the remote item routers, we're going to modify you. Instead of just putting all the soul sand you can into those things, only allow 1 item to be in each inventory at a time. So what that should do is if I go ahead and do this now, it should send 1 soul sand to each inventory. And stop. And stop. How cool is that? Not too shabby. All right. That is cool. All right. That is cool. So I like that. I like the looks of that, right? And then you guys should get placer modules, which are going to be you. We're going to want quite a few of these. Let's get to like 10 dispensers. Oh, we're missing string. How are we missing string? Wool. Can we turn wool into string? I'm pretty sure we can. Now that we have a wool farm going. Crusher can do it. Yeah, it can. Booyah. String is no longer a problem. Crusher, 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 crusher. String from wool and a crusher, please. But we should use regular white wool. Cool. And then you go in there and everybody's happy. All right, now dispensers. Huh. Excuse me. Excuse me, friends. I heard some noises I don't like the sounds of. Oh yeah, look at you. Look who came to visit the dyer. Hello. Hello. Raids happen. Is it me or raids happen like, I'm not gonna say a lot. I'm not gonna say a lot, but also not uncommon, is what I would say. Raids are not uncommon. And let's make sure we get rid of bad omen effects, because I don't want to accidentally go into a village and trigger any problems. All right, cool. So you're going to give me placer modules, right? And what you're going to do is place in the front of the block. Haha! And I might be able to modify all these guys to place in the front so that you're placing. And notice that as soon as it places, it sends another soul sand there. Cool? So let's simulate the wither spawning by breaking the blocks, and then boom. He's going to place another one, prep the next set, and that's pretty neat, right? That is cool. That is cool. Now, what we're going to probably need is 2 item routers. One to send the soul sand, and the other to send the wither skeleton skulls, right? We could whitelist what's allowed to be sent over here with this dude, but we want to make sure that... you know, the buffer doesn't fill up with soul sand and then doesn't get wither skeleton skulls, for example, right? So we want to make sure that that's smart, okay? But, I mean, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And we could speed this up with speed upgrades, by the way, don't forget. Speed upgrades is 100% a thing we can do. We also want to make sure that we really want to be careful to make sure that we're always going to place the soul sand first. And that might need to happen with speed upgrades for sure. Okay. Can I reset you? I assume I can. Yay! All right, cool. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right, everybody reset. Everybody be good to go. Boop. Resetting all the modules, ready to rock. I'm gonna want another one of these for the stuff, right? So another one of those, please. All right, they don't want to be friends. It's okay. There we go. I got them to be friends. Cool. I like it. So I think that's gonna be the plan. All right, let's get this thing actually working now that we've seen some of what it can do. So first things first, let's get you here. So this is where we want the blocks to be placed, right? So you're gonna go here, 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 and here. And you guys have your placer modules in them already because they remember the items that were in them when you break them, which is awesome. Awesome, right? So you're good. Redstone mode always. So basically the way I want this to work is I want to turn this on and off via a lever, right? And that lever will be on one of the sending module routers so that it'll send the items as needed, right? And that should be cool. Now, did I get more placers? I should have 3 more placers. I thought I got enough, but maybe I didn't. But now I do. And that's going to be for your skulls, right? So you guys, we're going to get 3 more item routers. And you guys will also place in the front anything that you get inside your buffer. Okay. So that should be cool. And I'm going to want another one of these regulator augments. And that should be good. And maybe we want to sleep through the night so it's, you know, sunny out when I do this. Okay, so now maybe what we'll do is we'll have, let's do something like that. So we have like a nice little platformy area to work on. So we're going to want basically 2 sets of routers here, one here and one here. You're going to pull from the left chest, and I want you to have a puller. I guess I could use my Mark II puller. It doesn't super matter. From that chest. Okay, so you're going to have soul sand and you're going to have wither skeleton skulls. And see how they pull? Cool beans. And remember, we can speed this up. So if we're concerned about how fast items are transferring, we can absolutely augment that. Okay, so your job then, Mr. Distributor, will be to go to here to there. And you are going to also have a regulator augment set to 1. Okay, so that you go in here. Sweet. That is neat. That is neato burrito. All right, so now get rid of wither skeleton skulls. I only want 3 of you because we really want to. Hey, didn't I augment you? Yeah, you should be only doing 1. Thought I set it to 1, but maybe I derped it up. It wouldn't be unlike me. So he should be done now that he's at 1, right? Yes, everybody's got 1. Everybody's happy. Because I'm going to set you here to redstone high. So you only work when you're receiving a redstone signal. Got it? Good. So now, if I were to put distributor modules in here, we're going to say you all go here, and you're going to get modified with a regulator augment set to 1. Cool. So that now, if I give you 3 wither skeleton skulls, nothing doing until I give him a redstone signal. And that, theoretically, should work. Let's cross our fingers. Hooray! Ha ha! Ha ha! It works! Hooray! It works! That is cool. And he is getting harmed over there. That is awesome. Now, I really want to make sure that we have the soul sand going fast enough. So let's get some speed upgrades here. Remember we made these a bit ago. Let's get some speed upgrades. Yeah, 64 should be plenty. They're not that expensive. Wither dead? Wither dead. Nice. All right, so I want you to have some speed upgrades. Is that cool? So how much faster will you go? All right, so I'm gonna turn you off. I'm gonna put 3 in here. I'm gonna turn you on. Let's see how much faster you transmit your items. Boom, boom, boom. See how much faster that went? See how much faster that went. So now what I'm gonna do is have 6 of these in here. And he's gonna go a little bit slower, right? And that kind of almost guarantees that we will always get soul sand placed before anything else. What's going on over here? You guys, okay, I just had to put it in. Nice. And power-wise, are we cool? Seem to be. I'm down with that. I am 10,000 times down with that. So, lever on equals spawn wither. That is literally what we have right now. We turn on lever, we start spawning withers. Okay? And when we don't want any more withers, we turn off the lever. One more. Cool? How cool is that? I am a fan. I am a fan. Let's do Nether Star collection next. Let's pick up those Nether Stars that dropped. And real quick, check this out. I didn't realize this was a thing, but in your, you can set the volume slider for specific sounds. It's not just on or off. Somebody commented on a recent episode when I was doing the cow step thing. I apparently had set it to 90 by mistake and not realized it. Look at that. How cool is that? So I just set my wither sounds to like 20% volume. We're going to see if that's a little better, because withers are always loud, right? Withers are loud. It's just what it is. All right, let's try, now that we're back here, let's try from Modular Routers. Let's get the vacuum upgrade. Yeah, vacuum module sounds cool. That seems nice, right? And then we're going to want ender chest. And let's do a, we have some pushing modules, so we're good there. Right, that should be all I need. Range 6, base 6, max 12. So if I were to do base 6, max 12, I might need some range upgrades for him. We'll see. But we can range up. There's also range down, by the way. So if you wanted this to have a smaller pickup items range, you could use range down. If you want it to be a little bit bigger, you could totally do that. So let's give this a try. So in theory, let's pop an ender chest here, okay, which I will put the, there you go, right? And then item router here, I would like you to vacuum up any items in the area, right? So if I configure you with range upgrades, your range is now 10. Sweet, 4x range augment, cool. And if we wanted to, we could, again, filter what items are picked up, etc., etc., etc. I don't think it makes sense for this, right? I don't know what that means. I think that's just like a generic UI thing. I don't think that that actually does anything for the vacuum module. I might be wrong. Might be wrong. Maybe it's specifying the direction in which it picks up items. So from the, like, you know, in a 10 block area in the front and the back all around kind of deal. Not 100% sure. It's kind of neat though. So let's see. If I were to drop some potatoes here, boop. Are you going to vacuum? You are going to vacuum. Let's give you some speed upgrades. Make you a little bit quicker. Neato. I like it. Okay. It's pretty cool. No magnet for a sec, please. I'm testing something. So if I set you to left, would it pick up that potato? Did it pick up that potato? I feel like it did. So set you back to all. right? He shouldn't pick it up yet because he's more than 10 blocks away. I'm watching you, potato. And then if I configure you to left, suddenly potato. Haha, that's how it works. Today we learned. All right, so that, like, so at all, it'll be like a 10 block radius around it. And I guess it's like a 10 by 10 square to the left, a 10 by 10 square to the right, something along those lines, right? So that's neat. I'll just go with all, because that definitely just covers that area there, and that's neat. I like it. I like it a lot. So now, then what we want to do is we want to have a pusher. Boop. And you go in there, module 2. Cool. And then all your sand or whatever should get pushed. No, that's a puller. Sorry. Sender. Boom. Right? So now, you know, if I were to drop these dudes, will they pick up the whole stack, or how does that work? He's pretty quick at picking up, but he's not picking up the whole stack. But that's okay. We shouldn't be getting stacks of nether stars at a time here, right? I mean, it cleared through that stack really quickly. So that's pretty neat. Okay, that's cool. So let's try this now, right? We flip lever. Cool. Yeah, I guess that's one downside, is that can happen right there. I'm not going to sweat that too much. I'm not going to sweat that too much. I'm going to say that's okay. What I'm going to say is that's okay to happen. Hi guys, guess what? You're in a killing field, and that's bad news for you. I didn't have to do anything. I love it. I love it. It's great. All right, cool. So you collected my nether stars for me, and everybody's happy. And I can only assume that they made it into my place over here. So we got 23 of these, right? So if we got some more soul sand, and we set you up. So again, the soul sand will always place. And we could totally set something up over here with refined storage, wireless access if we wanted to, where this will keep soul sand just available at all times rather than a chest. And the same with this dude. So let's do that real quick. That might be a cool way to do it. You know, it occurs to me many episodes ago when I broke this laser base, I never reset the depth. So I don't think we've been getting ancient debris this whole time. But that's okay. So I set it to 1. Hopefully that means we'll get a lot of ancient debris now. I guess we'll find out. So far, we got 1. So I got that going for me, which is nice. Little nickel. That's okay. I should get more of these, is what I should really get. I should get more brown lasers. Anyway, I need more ancient debris if I'm going to be doing the thing. So back in a minute, ancient debris and getting more OP stuffs. All right, all filled up. We should be getting lots more ancient debris now. So, you know, dire derps and all that. All right, so let's give this a shot. So what I'm going to have is, instead of chests filled with soul sand and wither skeleton skulls, we are going to have an interface set to keep in stock, let's say 9 wither skeleton skulls. Is that cool? And soul sand might be in here. Are you soul sandy? No. Where'd my soul sand go then? Did I run out? Maybe. Maybe. Just get like half a stack. That sounds cool. All right. And then what we want to do is place our receiver back here with some cables. Boop, boop, boop. And a network card. Boop. Note the coordinates are marked, so that means we connected it properly. Fly over here. Install transmitter. Install this guy. 156 blocks away. Shouldn't be too shabby. You guys are... Hey, look! 9 wither skeleton skulls. Hey, look! 32 soul sand. How cool is that? All right. So now you got, oh, that's why it's in the buffer. Ha ha ha. Okay, so that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. We're all good to go now. Everybody's groovy. So now we can hit the button, and he's going to keep 9 in there all the time. See? And he's going to keep 32 in there all the time. Until we run out of Wither Skeleton Skulls and Soul Sand, which is absolutely a thing that can happen. But I call that a functioning Wither spawn. I think it's cool. I think it's actually really cool. What do you guys think? What I'm noticing is it's the explosion sound that's the loudest. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. And then all the nether stars are doing their thing with the vacuumy stuff. Perfect. So now if we go check, we should have quite a few more nether stars in here. Not that I even know what I need all these nether stars for, but this was a fun build. So let's wrap up the episode here. I'll prepare for a world download for y'all. And what we can do is come back next episode and say, we have lots of wither stars. What are we going to do with them? I have no idea. Legitimately no clue. Maybe we'll find out. I don't know. But it was a fun build, and that's what matters. Hey, not all our builds have to have a purpose. A lot of it can just be for fun. Alright, so Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We will come back next time to play some more in this fun modded world. I'm just having a good time with this world. I really am. It's just kind of like, let's build some cool stuff. Wither spawner and auto killer. That was a good build, right? It's reminiscent of other ways I've done it before, but I used all new mods for it. And I mean, like, there's only so many ways you can skin a cat. So I needed to, you know, come up with a way that works in this mod pack, and I feel happy that I did. Because for a while there, I was thinking there may not be a way to auto-place the Wither safely, and then I remembered teleporting him into the shield structure, and luckily it just so happens that we had a mod that supports doing that. Alright, for now, wrapping up point. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.